if you got the same setup I got, I had my fuel nozzle and my def nozzle is side by side. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? I'm doing this for the newbies. The newbies, look, I'm doing this for you guys on filling up. You know what I'm saying? See, if you got the same setup I got, I had my fuel nozzle and my def nozzle is side by side. And typically what I do is I go ahead and take my top off my fuel side, whatever I'm filling up with my diesel, and I put the top back on. So if I wasn't getting more diesel, I put the top back on first, then I take my def top off so I can put the def in. And the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because there are some instances where some new driver is filling up his truck and the def tank is right next to the diesel nozzle. And since it's next to the diesel nozzle, they'll mess around and stick the def nozzle into the diesel and go to pumping, and not knowing they are. Just stop. Not knowing that they are pumping def into the diesel fuel, which is a big no-no. Dang, that was quick. Which can cause your engine to shut down. If you ever do this, you ever pump def into your diesel tank, stop it. Don't turn the truck on. Don't crank the truck. Don't turn the truck on, because if you turn the truck on, it's gonna start cycling fuel through the system, and you don't want it to get in your system, because if it does, it's gonna mess up your system. The engine will be gone. That's it. All right, y'all. Just to add to this, just to make a clarification, some of y'all might be asking, okay, since I can't crank my truck up, what can I do? Since I can't turn it on, what can I do? At this point, you will have to call a diesel mechanic to come out. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna have to flush your tank, your fuel tank, if you don't want them to take it off. If you did not turn your engine to the on position or crank it up, they shouldn't have to drop your tank. They should be able to stick a hose down in your tank if you don't have that safety feature to keep anybody from siphoning. But they could stick a hose in there and pump your diesel out that you contaminated the tank with, and then they're gonna put more diesel back in your tank and flush it out again. So they're gonna use about maybe 2 50-gallon drums, especially if you had topped off and your truck holds at least 50 gallons. I pray to God you don't do it with an auxiliary tank. If you do it with an auxiliary tank, you need to secure your auxiliary switch. If you have an electronic pump, you need to secure it somehow, cover it with tape to the off position or whatever, so it doesn't pump into your tank. If you have the manual release valve, don't open it. So your tank is no good until you can get that diesel out and flush it. Flush it with more diesel. Don't flush it with water. Don't flush it with gasoline. Flush it with more diesel so you can push all the def out of the tank, and it cleans the tank out. But you will have to dispose of it into a barrel. talk to a diesel mechanic, see where you can get rid of it. But you will have to, if it's your main tank, you will have to call a diesel mechanic. It will cost you, unless you have some type of insurance that'll cover that. It will cost you. I don't know how much. I've done it once, and I was in a big truck. Lucky for me, on the driver's side, that was the you got two sides on the semi. You got a slave side, and then you got the reserve side. The driver side was set up as the reserve side, and the passenger was set up as the slave side. So it'll pull from when it go empty on the passenger side, it'll pull from the driver side. So I got lucky because by the driver side being the auxiliary side, I think I'm saying this right, auxiliary slave, 1 or 2. By the driver side not being the main tank, there's a shutoff valve to keep it from slaving over into the main tank. So the mechanics came out, they shut it off. I contacted my dispatcher when I first did it. They told me to talk to the mechanics. They came out, they found the shutoff valve, they shut it off, and then my dispatcher routed me back to the yard so the mechanics at our yard can rectify the situation. What they did, they took the tank off. They emptied the tank, took it off, and put a brand new tank back on. Didn't cost me much because the dispatcher kind of helped me out. So please be careful. Back to the video. So when you're fueling up and your nozzles are that close, even if they're not that close, put your diesel cap back on before you even touch the DEF nozzle. DEF, DEF. Wind killing my head. So here come the prime example. All right. So yeah, so for all the newbies, and those of you newbies that have it under, they got the trucks that have the DEF nozzle under the hood, I pray for you. 9 times out of 10, you might wind up having to use the, you might have to use the, uh-oh, I'm sorry, my hand in the way. You might have to use the, you might have to buy the box DEF. A lot of people say that's what they use anyway. I use it at the pump. It's cheaper at the pump. You go buy a box. The box is gonna cost more than at the pump. But to each his own. Whatever your preference is, that's your preference. But that's what I use. I haven't had any issues with it. So these rumors about the box is better, I'm at 174,000 miles now. No issues about DEF. I don't never let my DEF go under a half a tank. I try to fill up with my DEF every time I stop and get fuel. So I haven't had issues. So it's like I was telling somebody else, as long as you keep your truck up and
make a U-turn.
You treat your truck right,
turn left.
You shouldn't have any issues with it. So that's gonna be all for me today on fueling up. Now I'm gonna take my little 30-minute break. Well, finish taking my 30-minute break and get back on the road. All right. Peace. I know. The roads may be grim, but what we gonna do? What are we gonna do, y'all? We gonna reap that money all day. All right, y'all, stay safe out on the road. Stay blessed and stay motivated. Talk to you next time. Peace.